Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I'm checking out one that gets a lot of good reviews. I've got a sample pack. It is the Born This Way Soft Matte Foundation from Too Faced. I haven't bought Too Faced in a minute, and the other two Born This Way foundations don't work very well for me. The original was a C-, and the Healthy Glow, shockingly, was even worse at a D-. But this one claims right here on the words are saying the things, provides 12 hours of moisture. It's an oil control foundation, which usually doesn't work very well for me, but it's supposed to be very blurring. It's getting 4.4 out of 5 stars with over 5,000 reviews. And so when I saw the opportunity to grab a sample, might as well try it for the dry-skinned amongst us, right? It's a new and improved formula in a lightweight tube, weightless 24-hour wear, medium to full buildable coverage, immediate and all-day oil control, terrifying for people like me. Color True formula, non-drying, provides 12 hours of moisture, non-creasing, decreases the appearance of pores, balanced, blurred, soft, matte finish, smooth appearance, waterproof, sweat, humidity-proof, non-comedogenic, cruelty-free, vegan, gluten-free, no mineral oil, no parabens. Alright, this one comes in 30 different shades. It is 1 fluid ounce of product for $46. I'm going to try shade Vanilla, I believe, which is this one right here. But I think I could make this one work, the light beige as well. But I think we're gonna go Vanilla. So let's take a look at Vanilla swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from Too Faced, the Born This Way Soft Matte Foundation in shade Vanilla. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 51-year-old face. I have primed with the Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. Figured a little more moisture under there would not be a bad idea when I'm about to put on matte foundation. I love my hoodie sleeves, but we're gonna get them out of the way while we do this. Now, the whole reason I even have this sample is because I had to place an initial Sephora sale order before I was actually eligible for the discount because I needed to claim my birthday gift. And so I ordered this eyeshadow palette, the Amazing palette, the Sephora brand Amazing palette. It looked pretty amazing. It feels like a brick. Like, I am gonna enjoy digging into this one. But then I picked that sample. So that is why I have that while I wait for my actual Sephora sale order to arrive. I'm going to go in on one side of my face with a damp sponge. Other side I will use, not a spoon, my Artis Oval 7 brush. We'll see if it goes on better one way or the other. Alright, don't spill it, don't spill it. We only got a little bit to work with. Alright, let's go on. Let's start with the sponge side. See if we got enough here. I was looking at light beige and it actually might be a little too dark for me, but there's a bunch of shades in between. This is obviously just the sample pack because I almost changed my mind and went with light beige instead of vanilla. But then I looked on the photos online and of the models and they're way deeper tone than me for the light beige, so pretty light coverage with the sponge. Some did soak in there. Let's try the brush side. You know I tend to prefer the brush, but that's in part because I tend to prefer a solid medium coverage, you know? I like to cover up my freckles, cover up the sunspots. You know. Just loaded up my eyebrow with foundation. That was a good move. Good job, Shell. Good job, Shell. This blends out easily. It's definitely matte. I can tell immediately just in the overall finish. I thought this was a good day to try a matte foundation because I have very little peeling going on. Although, true to form, matte foundations always find any peels I have. I didn't think I had any right now. Apparently I'm peeling around my chin here a little bit. So yeah, now we're not going to try to build this up to full coverage because it being matte, my skin being dry, that's usually a recipe for disaster. But I am going to try to even out the coverage a little bit. You know, it is slightly more full on the brush side versus the sponge side. So let's just try to even this out a little bit. Oh, I got foundation in my hair. That's good. This is a decent sample size. Like, they've got a good amount of product in here. I actually feel like I could close this up and use it for a couple days if I wanted to get like a really good picture of how it works for me. I will say though, after almost 10 years of doing this here on the YouTubes, it is incredibly rare that I change my opinion from my initial opinion. It's really only happened once, and maybe twice, but never to a degree that changes anything. You know, it really doesn't change my likelihood of wearing whatever it is. It's just my first reactions are usually spot on. I have a little bit of fuzz in my eye here. Okay, here we go. Looking in the 10X. Oh man, it is finding every place it can cling, which is so annoying. It's okay though. It's okay though. Yeah, so it's clinging to any of the dry skin on my upper lip, on my chin, between my eyebrows here, on my forehead a little bit. So up close, it's definitely not super dry skin friendly. It's kind of settling into my crow's feet here, which is not normally a problem for me, at least not till the end of the day. Interesting. I have some texture here that it seems to want to cling to. Yeah, this might be the one nice and smooth for people that already have nice and smooth skin. You know what I'm saying? Because it's clinging. I just have a little texture on my temples that doesn't usually cause me problems. You probably don't hear me talk about it often because it doesn't cause me problems. But now I just wiped all the product off of there. All right, let's go in super lightly and see if we can get the coverage without the cling. That seems like it should be on a t-shirt, but yeah. Let's see if we can fix this here. All right. Well, we're going to have to go to work like this, so that's just how it's going to be. It's not bad. In the 10X, it's not bad until you get really up close and like start analyzing it. But since I am analyzing it, probably not something I'm going to choose to wear if I have any peeling going on. Let's zoom in and get a look at this. It's actually pretty smooth on my nose. It is clinging a little bit on the side of my nose, and just a couple of pores look like they might end up getting a little bit of product settling into them, but it's very, 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 very minor, and in fact, pretty smooth looking considering how my nose usually looks. It is blurring on my pores, I will give it that, but it is kind of accentuating the texture of my skin, mainly because of the matte consistency of it. It is clinging to edges of any flaking skin that I've got. Even flaking skin I didn't realize I had, so that's a bummer. But overall, because of its performance on the areas that are not flaking, I'm going to say it probably is true to its blurring capability if we're talking about pores. They did specifically say pores, but I feel like it accentuates texture a little bit, but it does blur pores nicely. So kind of a mixed bag. I do feel like it's a nice, true, soft matte finish, but it hasn't like sucked the life out of my skin. It's a blurred, soft matte, which I do like when it comes to a matte finish. So this may, again, be just another example of a matte foundation that's not made for dry skin. It may have some hydration built into it, but We'll see. It is super lightweight. Like really, really, really lightweight for, because I'd say we're at medium coverage. Very lightweight. It feels really nice. It's not, I don't think it's going to look great by the end of the day. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll warm up to my whole body chemistry and everything will be wonderful. We're going to have to see. Where's my phone? What time is it? The time, 10:29 a.m. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. Back with the Born This Way soft matte. I will say one thing I really love about these sort of soft matte, almost powdery finishes is how nicely powders blend over them. That always is super satisfying to apply the old bronzer. Yeah, this one's looking, it looks really nice at a distance, I have to be honest. It's only up close. Oh, a little eyelash on the face. It's only up close that I can see where it's clinging to dry skin. And I think at a conversational distance, nobody's really gonna notice that. So we're off to an okay start. This eyeshadow palette, oh my goodness. I had no idea how cool it was. It's like textured and heavy. Look at that light reflection. It looks like a cartoon out of the 80s. I'm in love. When you open this thing, and it's hefty. Not really a travel palette by the weight of it, but by the configuration of it, definitely good for travel. Look how big the mirror is. Whoopsie. Mirror is huge. It's got warms, it's got cools, it's got the golds, the silvers, the pinks, the purples, the pops of color. Incredibly well curated selection of colors here. I like the sizing of like the larger transition crease mattes that you're going to use more of are the bigger pans. The mattes are blending beautifully. The shimmers, they leave a little to be desired. You have to build them up, but that does make it very beginner friendly, I feel. So, and that's probably more of the target audience they're going for. Still beautiful. I think this turned out lovely. I went with what would be like a typical favorite kind of an eye look. Try out my favorite colors first. And I'm pleased. And the packaging, this is, I mean, I'm so in love with the packaging. Anyway, this is not about the eyeshadow palette. On the rest of my face, we have no alarms and no surprises. Balm Desert bronzer. We have the Merit Flush Balm in Le Bon Bon, I think is the name of this shade, topped with, it's been my favorite thing lately, the Seraphine Botanicals First Light. I think it's a highlight technically. I wear it like as a blush topper slash highlight because look at how gorgeous that is. And I've been digging that with like all my blushes lately. I've been doing a cream blush under and then putting the Seraphine on top and chef's kiss. The eyeshadow, obviously, also using the L'Oreal. This is the 36-hour Infallible Gel Pencil. Maybelline Super Lock. Switch to the dark brown, and I'm loving it. I like the clear one, too. That's probably my other favorite if I'm not using the Refi, because the Refi, I don't know, however you say it. It's been turning white on me, and I'm not pleased with that. My lip is L'Oreal. The Sherlock has gone on sabbatical, taking a leave of absence. I don't know where Sherlock went. Can't find Sherlock. He's got to be here somewhere. I can't find him. So you're going to have to forgive the fact that I can't read the words. It's shade 490 of the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluronic Lip Oil. 490. I think that first word is berry. Can't read it. Cannot read it. Can't read it. But these have a little bit of a slightly aggressive tingle to them, but they feel really nice and they're super hydrating, and then the tingle does go away quickly. So I'm okay with it. It's borderline though. It's borderline for my everyday. Also, I have the Maxine's Revenge French Face Concealer in light beige. I think that's everything on my face. I'm looking at my little monitor. Is that everything on my face? Yes, everything that's on my face. I'm going to go to work. First, I'm going to go to the shop, pack some orders. Then I'm going to go to work. Then I'll get you a daylight check-in. And then I will come back tonight and give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, it is 1:11 p.m. I want to get this daylight check-in before I just might not make it out of here before the sun goes down. So here's where we're at. I know it hasn't been very long, so... But I am out in the sun. Again, I think at a conversational distance it looks nice and smooth. I don't know if you can tell what's going on close up. But that's where we're at. At 1:11 p.m. I will see you guys tonight after I get off work. 11:49. Can you read that? Color me surprised, because just now I almost washed my face and went to bed without filming this. Meaning, wasn't thinking about how my makeup felt at all. Does not feel dry. Doesn't even really look dry. That is shocking me right now. Let's talk about it. So, yeah, everything feels fine. I did have to blow my nose, so ignore missing product on my nostrils. It's about done in the sense that it's starting to, like, gunk up is too strong of a phrase. But especially in the areas where I have dry skin or peeling skin, well, motion areas, around my mouth, around my chin, it's kind of bunching up a little bit, starting to gather, move around. It's not really settling into lines at all. No, not really, but it is separating a little bit where I have the flaking skin around my mouth, in between my eyebrows. Let's zoom in so you can see what I'm looking at. It settled into a little bit of my nose pores, just pretty much the couple that it was settling in to begin with, so not really bad at all, but just a little bit. It has worn away kind of around motion areas, so my smile lines, my upper lip, my chin area, it's moving around a bit more on my chin. Coverage is missing there, but blush, bronzer are still completely intact. It is still clinging to dry skin in the areas where I have dry skin, but generally speaking, I think it held up really well. I think it is comfortable. It's not really settling into lines. This is much better than I anticipated. My little experiment with my eyeliner pencil transferred onto my eyes, so that didn't go very well. I was trying to line the upper lash line without lining it. I don't know. I didn't feel like getting out my liquid liner. Anyway, tangents. Yeah, surprising me. I can't show you the product because no, it's got to be here somewhere. I threw the little part of the card away. Here's the big part. If I had to give a grade to the Born This Way Soft Matte Foundation, how shocked am I that the matte one is pretty much the best one on me of the Born This Way varieties. I'm going to go B+. Not going to be able to wear it if I have flaking skin because it's just a little too clingy for me. It makes that skin just a little bit too obvious. But if I'm not flaking, this is a contender for a matte finish. If I'm looking for a matte finish, it's nice and smooth. It did some nice blurring. I'm gonna give it the B+. If I'm not flaking, it would make it up into that A- range. It would. Yeah, looking at the monitor. Conversational distance, we're still okay. Yeah. All right. I like a good foundation surprise every once in a while. This is the good kind of surprise, not the bad kind of surprise. I like it. I like it, Picasso. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments, what would you like to see? I keep a running list. I buy stuff all the time. I'm very surprised there were not more foundations in the Sephora sale that I wanted to buy, because are we in a makeup drought or what? Where are they? Do we have to wait till spring? Really? We really have to wait till spring? All right, well, I'll wait till spring then. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to pick up. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.